bad day behind the plate. He had a bad day at the plate. I have joined the trade Sanchez bandwagon.
Driven deep to left center field. Going back, McNeil looking up. See ya!
Talk about your all-time bad timing for bad takes. Calling Gary Sanchez out, hopping right off that bandwagon right before he hits a grand slam. Let's hope it gets him going. Sometimes a day like yesterday where the Yankees walk off game one, they have a huge comeback, and then Gary Sanchez off the schneid, gets his confidence going a little bit, hits that big grand slam. You get the great start from Deivi Garcia, and I'll talk more about that and do a total breakdown of that later on. But what a day for the Yankees, winning 2 games. They've won 3 in a row. That is officially known as a winning streak. Way to go. They are still 3.5 games out behind the Tampa Bay Rays, who come to town tonight. This is a crucial series. Tampa Bay has had some injuries to their pitching staff, so they're not as strong as they were the last few times we've played them. But still, the Yankees need to make a statement because Tampa Bay has thoroughly whooped the Yankees this season. And that's the difference. That's why they're 3.5 up in the standings. And I want the Yankees to get that home field advantage in the first round. We found out the Bubble City is going to actually be in California. So it will be played in LA and San Diego in the American League. The National League will be in Houston and Arlington, the Rangers' new ballpark. No fans in attendance, presumably. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think the Yankees will make some kind of a move. They've been linked to Starling Marte. I mentioned that last night. He's an outfielder. I don't know if Starling Marte would be somebody that the Yankees would keep or if they would flip him real quick in a move for a pitcher. I know that Cleveland is looking for outfield bats. They've been struggling with finding somebody who can play the outfield and swing the bat. They've asked about Clint Frazier. I want the Yankees to keep Clint Frazier. I like his attitude. I like the way he's been swinging the bat. He's really matured a lot. And if I'm the Yankees, I'm holding on to Clint Frazier at this moment right now because he's the type of guy you need going down the stretch, swinging that bat. But you could flip Marte to the Indians. You know, he's a ready-made outfielder. He's got big league experience. He's not expensive. The Yankees could eat whatever salary they can to make it even less expensive for the Indians and use that as the, key point to get Clevenger. We'll see. It's all speculation. I don't know. I'm not GM. I'm not a GM. I'm not Brian Cashman. I am not in his shoes. But that's something that I would be thinking about is how can I get pitching while reducing by as little as possible the talent on our major league roster. And if you have to deal a couple of, mid-level prospects to get a guy like Marte, and then use Marte to get somebody like Clevenger or Plesac, then you do it, I think. Trevor Bauer remains a possibility. Somebody posted on my top 5 trade targets video a little more detail about the beef between Garrett Cole, who's pitching tonight for the Yankees, and Trevor Bauer, which has become kind of a thing. Apparently, when they were both at UCLA, Garrett Cole told Trevor Bauer that he didn't have a future in baseball. Wrong. Because he didn't like his work ethic. Wrong. Trevor Bauer has developed quite a work ethic. And Garrett Cole has a good work ethic as well. So maybe those guys can patch things up. If I'm Brian Cashman, and I have a chance to get Trevor Bauer for a reasonable price, the first thing I'm doing is I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling Garrett Cole and I'm saying, how bad do you want to win? How bad do you want to win? We know you work hard off the field. We know you work hard on the field. How hard are you willing to work on your relationship with someone with whom you don't get along? And, if the answer is, hey, anything to help this team win, which I suspect it will be, knowing Garrett Cole, then I'm pulling the trigger and I'm getting Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer is the guy that I want because to me, he's got the attitude, the swagger that the Yankees need in that rotation. We saw how big swagger can be yesterday when Deivi Garcia made his debut and didn't show an ounce of fear. An ounce of fear. He was cocky. He was throwing the ball over the plate. He knew that the Yankees did not have much behind him in the bullpen yesterday and that they needed a strong outing from him. And 6 fantastic innings for Deivi Garcia. Honestly, he was better than I suspected. Every time that I've seen him, he struggled with his command. When he was pitching in the Futures game, though, he was throwing harder. He was 96, 97. Yesterday, his velocity was down. I think he topped out at 94. I didn't see any 95s. There may have been one or two in there. I didn't watch the velocity every single pitch. But his stuff was good. His curveball was slow, but it was located well. I've always had a problem with slow curveballs ever since Phil Hughes came up and he was supposed to have this dominating curveball, and it ended up just, guys were just laying off of it because it was too slow and too recognizable, and they were able to just sit on that fastball. I hope the same fate doesn't await Deivi Garcia. Deivi Garcia also features a good changeup, so he throws, low to mid 90s and then a, low to mid 80s changeup and then a mid 70s breaking ball, which gives him 3 different velocities that the hitter has to be ready for. And if he's commanding his pitches and he's getting movement late in the zone, as it appeared to be, because 92 shouldn't be gassing guys in the strike zone, but guys were swinging through it. They were late. They were getting jammed. They were breaking bats. Bit of a word salad there, but you get what I mean. Deivi Garcia was really, really strong. I put up a video with every pitch of his entire start in case you missed it, so feel free to check that out. I loved what I saw from Deivi Garcia last night. Now the question is, was yesterday's doubleheader, in which they had this great comeback late in the game, and then this dominating start from Deivi Garcia, the big grand slam from Gary Sanchez, was that enough to get the Yankees season turned around? We're about to find out, because the Rays are coming to town, and the Rays have thoroughly dominated the Yankees this year, but the Rays have lost a lot of their pitching. So with the injuries that the Yankees have had, the injuries that the Rays have had, I think the Yankees' injuries have been a little worse because the Yankees have lost basically a couple of MVP caliber bats in Judge and Stanton, and Torres, really, too. He hit 38 home runs last year. He's an MVP caliber player when he's right. But the Rays have lost some guys out of their bullpen, some guys out of the rotation. So for them, it's been mostly arms. For the Yankees, it's been mostly their lineup. So this is like the battle of the inept. Who can be injured worse in this series? But I really think that the Yankees, their momentum has swung a little bit. You know that the feeling in that clubhouse is a little different with a 3-game win streak than with a 7-game losing streak. So I'm looking for the Yankees to come out and make a statement behind Garrett Cole tonight. Again, this is the type of game that you get Garrett Cole for, to extend those winning streaks, to stop those losing streaks. He lost last game for the first time in over a year, since May 22nd of 2019. So the odds that he loses 2 in a row are not great, but anything can happen. That's baseball, Susan. To me, he's been pretty strong this year, but last time out, he struggled. He gave up too many home runs, 3 home runs, too many balls over the plate. For Garrett Cole, the problem so far this season is that he's been using up way too many pitches early in the game, and he hasn't been able to get that strikeout put-away pitch, which means that his pitch count has been getting up around 100 pitches by the 5th inning, sometimes the early 6th inning, so he's been out of the game a bit too early. If I'm Garrett Cole, I'm going to try and use whatever pitches I can to get early, efficient outs in this game so that I can go deep into the game, because the Yankees' bullpen is kind of used up. The bullpen was worked hard this weekend, and Garrett Cole has an opportunity to give them an extra day off if he can go, 7-8 innings, and the Yankees can get like a 3 or 4 run lead at least. Then maybe you can go to one of your guys. You can go to Chapman maybe for 1 inning, or you can get by with Ottavino for 1 inning. But this is a huge start for Garrett Cole, and obviously the season is on the line here over the next few weeks. There's only a month left in the year. There's 29 games left, and the Yankees have to make up 3 games in the standings against the Rays, and you don't play them that many more times, but you do play them this week. So if the Yankees want to make up some room, now's the time to do it. You come back and you take this series, you sweep this series especially, which is going to be tough, but if you sweep this series from the Rays, you can get back into, a fight for this division. So, we'll see how Garrett Cole does. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful that he can turn it around and we can start to see the real Garrett Cole forthwith. Hey guys, help support the podcast by buying swag from my store. Link is in the description.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps YouTube suggest this channel to other Yankees fans.